there. So, I just want to tell any Catholics here, one, not worth getting into. The other night, I couldn't wait to see on television the beginning of John Wayne Week. AMC had John Wayne Week, and I have always loved John Wayne. In fact, we had a...
You gotta be kidding.
No shit. Why? Why did you say that? Why did you say that, you little bastard? Huh? You come around here bumping into me 8 times. Hey, go outside and come back in again, okay? Niggas I'd love to do it. Boy, I come all the way from Florida for a heckler. Jesus Christ, the luck. Okay, shall I continue with the John Wayne thing?
Yes.
Because it's pretty fucking funny. Maybe I'll say it like him. It's pretty fucking funny, kid. John Wayne Week, I was there on Monday. I was there on Wednesday. I was there every night, actually, to see the John Wayne movies. And by Wednesday, I realized it was the same movie. Same movie, different uniforms. First one was Wings Over Fuselage, an Air Force picture. John Wayne, B-52, driving the B-52. Halfway through the picture, he comes back to see what's going on. He always worked with Walter Brennan. And here's the first picture, John Wayne, B-52. He comes back to see what's going on. What seems to be the trouble, Airman?
I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you, Captain. I come back here because we went through them clouds back there. And we were all bumped around, and the tail gunner was banged up pretty bad, and I didn't know what to do.
Patch him up the best you can, and put him in a parachute, and get him out of here. Okay, we skip Tuesday, we go to Wednesday. It's a Navy movie, Away All Boats. Halfway through the picture, the Duke comes back. Little rough at sea. What seems to be the trouble, Chief?
I'm sure glad you came back here, Captain. You know, we hit them waves back there. We got bounced around pretty bad. And the guy in the boiler room got banged up pretty bad, and I don't know what to do.
Well, patch him up the best you can, and put him in a life raft, and get him out of here. Okay, Friday, it's Wagons West. Cavalry escorting wagons out to the California. Here comes the Duke. What seems to be the trouble, cowboy?
Yeah, boy, sure am glad to see you back here. You know, the Smiths in wagon number 7, they hit some rocks back there. They all bounced up and hit the crossbar of the wagon. They're banged up pretty bad. I don't know what to do.
Well, hell, it's Friday. You ought to know what to do with them by now. That's it. Thank you. Randy's saying stretch. Okay, I'll go back some. And I started doing the Ed Sullivan Show way back. Way back when I did 24 Ed Sullivan shows. And the thing I wondered about when I was a kid watching the Ed Sullivan Show was how people that came from other lands would learn how to speak English by watching television. We had like 3 stations on television, and one was Ed Sullivan, the other was Lawrence Welk, and whatever it was, cartoons, whatever the hell the third one was. And so you had one channel. Did you imagine people coming from Europe and say, I'll watch television, I'll learn to speak English? Ed Sullivan's going, well, you're going to have a fine situation. What do you do? It's going to get 3 children. And on the other channel, you have the need to burn. They're going to have to burn the song. They're going to burn. Next week, we'll be in Philadelphia. Me and the band will be there. You'll be there, we'll be there, we'll all be there together. But Ed Sullivan had a great ability to warm an audience down. That's what I found out. Just before you'd walk out, just before you'd want to follow somebody that was very funny, up or something, or a great singer or somebody, and you just want to get out there and follow that. But he wouldn't let that happen. He'd say, "Now before I bring up the comedy, before I bring out the comedy, John Byner, hold it back there, Byner. I just want to tell all of the United States and Canada about a wake I went to last week. Well, Larry Pearlie passed away after 95 years in show business. And he looks so darn good at that wake, we decided to bring him back. You want to roll him out here, fella? Looks like he could sit up and do his act, doesn't he? And now the comedy. Well, he'd do this one. He'd do the hold it back there, Byner. That was Mary Elliott and their fine little doggies. And now here, before I bring out the comedy, John Byner, I just want to tell them all about this fellow in our audience who survived that train wreck. You want to stand up, take a bow there? Well, we understand. You just sit there. Everybody else stand up so we know who that is. Now the comedy. I just had to get even with him. And one night I'm doing my impersonation of Ed, which he always insisted I do. And I'm introducing my impersonation of Tony Bennett, who happened to be working at the Copacabana. So I thought I'd do just as Ed, and I'd say, and now here's a fine singer-songs. He's working over here, the Coper. Tony Bennett. And I said, I want to be around to pick up the beat. I got about that far, and Ed shows up right here. 50 million people watching the show. He interrupts me. He says, hold it, Byner. I don't say Coper. I say Copa. Now say it right or don't say it at all. And he starts to walk away. So I said, now here, appearing at the Copa. And he looks back, he said, that's more like it. And I said, Commander. He loved it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get back to politics.